My name is C.E. Madison. It's been 3 weeks since this film came to my attention, and now I've cracked the case.
What do you think you're doing? Are you trying to make your own spin-off from the film that we're going to review today? God, you're so weird. But it was really weird how it started though, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I'll warn you, you go poking around in her past, you're gonna find something that is terrifying. She was not a normal person like you or me. I've never seen such a beautiful girl want to be so invisible.
Aloha! Welcome to cyntillatingreviews, where today we will be reviewing a film that was almost mistaken for a story that was based on a real-life event. A Simple Favor. Now, somebody recommended me A Simple Favor, and she said she was ready to trash it, but just to hang on tight because the excitement is getting started. And I kind of understand where she was going with that. I mean, some of the parts was like, okay, whatever. But once we got into that 15-20 minute mark, then it started to pick up. Spoiler alert is now in effect. The movie starts off by meeting with Stephanie Smothers, who is making a recording for her blog. Before she starts her blog, she mentions that it's been 5 days since her best friend Emily has been missing. That got my attention right away. We go back into the past 4 days ago. Stephanie picks up her son Miles and asks that if his friend Nikki can have a play date together. Stephanie was okay with that, but she just wants to make sure that it's okay with her son's friend's mom, just to make sure. That's where we meet Emily. Emily is the kind of mom that you really don't want to invite to the PTA meetings. Stephanie asked Emily if it was okay if the two boys can have a play date. And the first question that comes out of Emily's mouth:
You drink? Does your kid drink? Maybe? I mean, it's never too early to start teaching
I
them.
think you're joking, but great.
Okay, we're gonna go straight on to the point with that. Emily invites Stephanie over and they have martinis together. Emily and Stephanie talk a little bit about their past lives, and it came to the point where Stephanie was talking a little bit about her past and it took an unusual and uncomfortable turn. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there. Let's not go there. I'm not gonna go there. Later we see Emily and Stephanie with their sons out in the park. Stephanie, thinking just for a photographic memory, she decides to take a picture of Emily. Emily was very furious about that and asked Stephanie, "Did you take my picture?" Stephanie, of course, being an honest person, yes, she's trying to be nice, she says, "Well, yeah, I took it." But then Emily says, "Erase it." So already there's something going on with this Emily character. Some time goes by. Emily calls Stephanie and asks if she can watch her son because of Emily's work, and her husband, Sean, is away in London for a family emergency. Stephanie says okay to this. 2 days later, Emily still hasn't come back. Stephanie called Sean right away to tell him exactly what was going on. He came back from London and the police are now involved. Stephanie has been talking a little bit about the case on her blog while she's investigating Emily's work office, Dennis Nylon, and going through their personal files to see if there was anything about Emily. The one thing that she did find of Emily is that there was an unusual note on her desk where it says "Don't forget hope" or something like that. Or "Don't forget faith" or "Have faith" or something like that. I can't recall exactly what that note says. The picture that was on the flyer on Emily's desk, she uses that picture and creates a missing persons flyer. And it's a good thing she did. An anonymous tip from Stephanie's blog comes in where a white vehicle that Emily rented and a woman that matched the description of Emily was actually headed to Michigan, not Miami, where Emily said she would. Thanks to that tip, the police head towards the location where they found the car and Emily underneath the water. The police asked questions if Sean knew about the drug usage, as there were heroin tracks right on Emily's arm, and he pulled $4 million in life insurance on Emily. Stephanie's relationship with Sean turns a whole different page. Sometime later, Stephanie has been getting unusual and uncomfortable messages from Emily, who is supposedly presumed dead. This brings up a little PTSD about her half-brother and her now ex-husband and her son Miles. yeah, when you put 2 and 2 together, that's kinda disgusting. Stephanie continues with her search on Emily, but why would she do that if she saw Emily in the casket herself? There's actually more to the story than we think. This leads Stephanie to a camp where Emily used to attend, and looking through the past yearbooks, Emily is actually Hope, and she has an identical twin sister named Faith. That next step goes and leads to Margaret, who are the twins' mother, and there really was no positive feelings about her daughters who set fire to the west wing of their home. Finding out the answer and getting the clues that she needs, Stephanie, in her own way, tells the viewers that if Emily is watching, who actually is, by the way, she's staying in a motel watching Stephanie's vlogs happen to, come meet her. Stephanie and Emily meet at the cemetery where she was supposedly be buried. It's actually there that Emily reveals about her twin sister, Faith. Faith, in a way, was quid pro quoing to Emily that she wants millions of dollars. And if she would get that $1 million, Faith would stay quiet about the fire and killing their father. Well, of course, Hope, or our Emily, wasn't really pleased with that. So she drowns her sister in the lake. And of course, of having an identical twin sister, it was easily shown, and it was very easy for Emily to slip away, believing that she was dead, where actually, in terms, it was her sister. Emily states that her sister committed suicide, but Stephanie corrects the story that Emily was the one that killed her own sister to make it look like an accident. Moving on to a different subject, Emily wasn't very pleased with her husband's relationship with Stephanie, and she actually had a recording between her and her husband Sean about how it was only, sex with Stephanie. There was no love, no feelings, no nothing. Stephanie and Emily joined together to frame Sean for incident that he never really committed. Sean was released on bail to return home only to find Emily and Stephanie in the house. Emily being one step ahead, she led the cops a different direction so she could make bail with the millions of dollars and she could never be seen in town again. Stephanie was 3 steps ahead, as she had a hidden nanny cam disguised as a button on her shirt, live streaming the entire event, meaning the gunshot to her husband was live, meaning that her confessing about her sister was live. All of it was live. Emily runs in hopes that she could get away from the police, but this was before Emily got hit by a car, and the driver of the car was someone who was a fan of Stephanie's blog. And I thought this was a pretty funny scene, because I was not expecting that guy to be part of the fan club. The police come and arrest Emily, and she gets sentenced to 20 years in prison. Everybody has a happy ending. Sean's novel is a bestseller, and he's a successful professor. Stephanie has over 1 million followers, and her blog is a morning show as she works for a part-time detective, and apparently she's dating somebody from the city. And we see Emily having a blast in prison, playing basketball with the other prisoners. I really was interested how this film started, to where it was like, hi, I'm Stephanie, and it's been 5 days since my best friend Emily has been missing. Immediately my head just went, whoa, wait a minute. Now there's a couple of times where you say, okay, this is going to happen, or this is going to happen, or this is going to happen. I honestly thought, with the way how Emily was talking about her life, her child, I thought Stephanie was the one that would have made the incident look like an accident, and Stephanie was the murder this entire time, but actually no. But when you think you got the plot right, you're actually pretty wrong. I'm surprised that there's a little bit of humor in this thriller mystery movie. It was pretty funny to see how Stephanie stood up to Emily's boss, Dennis Nylon, and where, in a sense, you have to be the bigger person, and Stephanie was able to step up and be a bigger person in front of Dennis Nylon, and he just kind of backed away and was silence on it. I thought that was pretty good. I like that. How they marketed A Simple Favor, it was really interesting. I kind of like this. I'm not crazy about where something would just happen and then all the fans that would love this actor or actress or the star, they would freak out about it. Blake Lively, who played Emily /Hope/Faith, she actually hid all of her images from Instagram to make it look like something severely happened to her. And I'm sure that scared a lot of people because all of her images are hidden. You can't see any of the pictures or any of the videos. I'm just glad that, she was able to say, okay, everything's fine. It's just promoting of this new movie. That was pretty clever. I like that, Blake. That was really clever of you. I thought A Simple Favor would be based on a true story, but actually, it's totally fictional. You would think in today's modern day and age, something like this would have possibly severely happened, where you would go on your own little goose chase to find hints on what happened to your best friend. You would update your findings on your blog. But actually, it was a novel of the same name, and I think I could get into reading the book. I really like the movie. I think I could get into reading the book now. If you're into like a mystery thriller with just a touch of humor in it, I would give this film a try. Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively, along with Henry Golding and other actors, did amazing in their roles for this film. I was ready to give this film a medium praise just because of like cult following, and I'm not a fan of cult following. But actually, with how good this film was, I actually have to give a high praise to this film. It was really fun, it was really interesting, although I wasn't really a fan of, here we go again, Stephanie is gonna be hunting again for more answers about Emily, where it was just kind of boring a little bit and I zoned out that second search party scene out, but I liked it though. Once it was over and once she admitted online, that in her own way admitted online, to have Emily meet her at the gravesite, it got my attention again. I have to give A Simple Favor a high praise. It was really interesting. It kept me going, and I just love that small little humor in this film. It was worth it. It totally was worth it. Thanks for watching Let's Review with Scintillating Reviews. If you want to read the full article of the review, click on the link down below. And we also have a Facebook, Twitter, and follow me on Instagram at CEMadison. Our simplest prevention is our biggest protection. Take care of yourselves and others as you practice social distancing, washing hands, and staying at home. Let's get better by starting to make our world better to reduce the spread of COVID-19. See you later on another day.